So what's that got necessarily to do with ideas? Well, what Google does, which not a lot of the other, well, that I think is much harder to do with, say, a Facebook or College Humor, which are really, fantastic ideas that catch people's imaginations. What Google does, which makes it much more helpful, or tangible, should I say, is that they provide you with tools that you can look at to work out where people are searching, where people are going, and also some financial information as well. Three really important ones are AdWords, a tool called Keyword Suggester, and Trends. AdWords is the payment platform for paid search on Google. People bid for positions. I think it's the top 3 ads, and then the ones that run down the side. People pay to be there. The more you're willing to pay, the higher up you're going to be. And that's really important for in the creation of ideas, or at least for us, because it tells you where there are people willing to spend money to gain a visit. And if you're willing to do that, then inevitably you're going to be making more money per visit, or more money per 1,000 visits, say, than you pay for that visitor. So if you pay 20p to get someone into your site, then hopefully you're going to be earning 30p, something like that. So when it comes to trying to work out where there's new markets, new opportunities, Google can be really, really useful. You search for something, say, I don't know, something like, you're just looking for flowers. You're going to see there's going to be 10 advertisers probably all looking to gain your attention. And so similarly, if you've got an idea and you're looking for ways to develop it, searching on Google, seeing who's paying, who's willing to spend money to attract a visitor, is going to be a really tangible example of how your idea could run, how it could change. If you want to get further into it, you can then sign up to AdWords and you can see how much actually people are willing to pay, and that's a really strong example of the value of a market that completely changed. Credit card clicks are worth probably £8 a go, something like that, whereas something maybe less monetized is going to be worth a lot less. And so there again, you're seeing where maybe there's a sort of a profitable angle to an idea you might have. That said, if people aren't advertising, it doesn't mean that there's not some legs in what you're doing. It just shows you that maybe it's not as a developed a market as you might have expected. Keyword Suggester, and this is just sort of a quick one, it shows you the sort of different types of keywords that people are searching for around an area. So let's say, start from the worst. Google's very protective over the total volumes of searches that people conduct. You're not likely to get them publishing a big Excel file anytime soon telling you what was the most popular search that year and what was the lowest. They do a thing called Zeitgeist every year. I don't know if anyone knows about that, but basically they publish trends, and they don't ever tell you exactly how much, but they'll tell you this is the most popular. Britney Spears got more searches than Osama bin Laden this year, and such like. The Keyword Suggester will give you a rough indication of what's more popular. So say you're working on something, you've got an idea for a project, punching what you think people will be searching for your idea, to find maybe your idea, your web project, is going to throw up loads of other keywords that are similar to that area, and also show you the relative volumes. It allows you to explore new areas. Trends, which I think is the most probably interesting of the 3 tools, actually shows you graphs for volume for those searches, and I'll come on to that a bit later when I talk about the projects that we worked on. So what I'm trying to show here is that there are things through search that allow you to spot opportunity, because you can see where people are either willing to pay or where people are searching for something. And if people are looking for something and it's something that's maybe either has a commercial value or is related to your idea, then you're going to see new ways to expand. Okay. The web's fantastically transparent in that you can look at competition or people who are doing similar things to you, and you can really drill down into what it is that they're doing. We keep on our competitors, and also on sites that we like to go to a lot, we keep really extensive sort of documents, be they Excel sheets or Word documents, or even something clever like a wiki or whatever, explaining what they're doing, changes to the way their site's working, things like that. And I think there was Steve Bezos, who's the chairman or chief executive of Amazon. He said that you either have the first idea online or you have the best idea, and I think, or you do it better than someone else. And I think that's really important. It's very rare that you're going to create an entirely new market, and if you do, then fantastic. Obviously, you're onto a winner. But you are able to obviously examine how other people are working online, particularly in other markets. America's a fantastic sort of incubator for new web ideas, and to be able to look and see what they're doing and how they're developing their projects so closely is such a brilliant feature of the web. When we had ideas in our companies for projects we wanted to work on, we were able to then visit hundreds and hundreds of sites that weren't necessarily exactly what we wanted to do, but they were very, very similar. And for that reason, we were able to expand, on what we wanted to work on. There's a feature here, there's a piece of writing we can do here, things like that. And then very quickly, Alexa and Compete are two great tools for looking at public traffic rankings. They don't give you a really accurate idea of what traffic a website's getting, but they will give you some indication. If a website is in the sort of top 10,000 globally in the UK, you're going to be looking at a really strong site overall. Compete is American focused, but the data is a lot more accurate, so you're only going to be able to see American visitors to a project, but that might not necessarily affect you if your idea is like having a national element. And finally, Alerts, which is another tool that Google provides, which allows you to get an email or an RSS feed whenever a keyword that you are interested in has something new published about it anywhere on the web. So this is basically it's doing a sort of, it's push search, I suppose, rather than pull search. Rather than you going and looking for something from Google, Google will send it to you, which is really valuable because it allows you to keep tabs on pretty much everything. I have, well, not hundreds, but definitely close to 100 different alerts for various topics I'm interested in. I just throw them into an email account that I don't check very often, and it just shows you some really interesting stuff coming up. Someone's writing about this, they've written about this. Allows you to go and comment, find new things really easily. So I recommend that highly for any project you're working with.